Oh, that was easy. Hey viewers, welcome back to Ray of All Trades. I have the privilege to be a mechanic sometimes for my family, for my kids, for my nieces, nephews, parents, you name it. Sometimes I'm the last person to see them before the car goes off to, you know, college, or so we always want the vehicle to be as, you know, as close to perfect as possible. Make sure that it's reliable, people driving it are safe. But one of the things that I'm constantly having to do after I do the maintenance is have to remember how to do the maintenance reset on these things. Some of them are as simple as, you know, press the reset button, hold it for 30 seconds and it's good to go. Other times the vehicle requires you to, you know, go to the stereo, hold your left arm up, put your right leg out, press this 3 times, do the hokey pokey, dance it all around, whatever. And I don't always remember exactly what to do. I can Google it, I can look it up, I can, you know, and that's what I normally do, right? I try to take some notes, but I normally just have to go look it up every single time. Look at my old videos, look it up on YouTube, you name it. So when friends at Ancel contacted me and said, hey, do you want to review this DS200? I said, sure. I mean, I've got a really nice scan tool already that I paid a lot of money for, but it takes a long time to boot up because it's doing a lot of stuff, right? One of the things everybody was talking about was how fast this thing boots up and its capabilities. And I said, sure, I'll give it a try. So this is how it came. I have already plugged it in, charged it up, and done the updates for it. So here's the device. Came with the serial 15-pin adapter that plugs into the unit and the OBD2 port. So it's got a little protective cap on there. It also came with the charging cord, you know, USB-C charging cord. Also came with a quick, you know, instruction manual. So let's plug it in and see what it does. What I'm working on today is a vehicle that I've already done the oil change on. It looks like it's 1,400 miles past due. I've already done the maintenance on it. The vehicle's ready to go, but the computer needs to be reset. And I don't remember how to do it. Again, I can look it up, but I'm sure it involves some of these buttons, maybe the stereo, I don't know. It involves something. Let's see if this tool will actually help us out and figure it out. Plug in the OBD2 port. It's not wireless, but there actually is something pretty cool about this. Let's plug in the 15 pin. There is something kind of cool about this. I don't know if you guys noticed, but as soon as I plugged this thing in, it turned on. There's kind of a cool reason why it did that. This device, and I'll show you here in a second, but whenever you're plugged into the car, it will charge the unit. It's actually pulling power off of the OBD2 port and powering up this device. So if you're sitting in there a long time doing diagnostics, the power, again, you can see it right there charging. I don't know, you see that battery indicator over there? It's showing you that it's charging. I'm sitting at 52% right now, and it's just going to keep charging while it's going. By the way, this thing has lifetime free updates, so you're not having to constantly purchase subscriptions for this thing. So lifetime free updates, and Ancel's been around a while. I don't anticipate that it's something that's going to go away too quickly. Let's go to maintenance though. Y'all saw how fast it took. This is in real time. Y'all saw how fast it took. Let's go to oil reset, which is what I just did. Okay. Okay. For full function product, if it is successfully performed at special functions menu, please use smart diagnosis or traditional diagnosis. Please go into special function or actuation test function for certain model to perform the procedure. So kind of broken English, but you get the gist of what it's saying. Basically, it's saying you need to go into the special function. But you see what I did? I literally just chose oil reset. So now I'm going to choose Acura. Ignition switch to on, it already is. The vehicle's running right now, so I'm kind of curious if it's going to make me turn it off and turn it back on. Let's see what it says. Okay, software reset service. So if I choose manually reset service, it's just going to tell me how to press all the buttons. So that's pretty cool to know. It's running an MDX 2016. That's what I have. Software reset service. Okay. Oh, this function is not supported on this vehicle. Okay. I had that same problem on my 26 Acura. So I don't know what vehicles require this information, software reset service. But tell you what, let's just go to manual. Do not take for 0 for maintenance indicator is on before the vehicle isn't maintained. If do this, the odometer mileage accumulation will not be properly, the maintenance indicator will lost maintenance roll. Okay, basically what it's saying is if you didn't do the service and you reset it, you're just asking for trouble. But again, broken English, I get the gist of what it's doing. There's a reason why I'm actually promoting this. So give me just a second. Models with display screen for center console. I'm fairly confident that's the one I have. You must reset oil life if you change the engine oil by yourself. Both the setting and enter buttons are on the center console. So let's take a look and see. So settings, enter button are on the center console. Turn the ignition switch to on or press the engine start stop button to select the mode. I'm going to see if this will do it while it's running, but anyway, let's see. Then press this button. Press the settings button. So we're going to go over here, press the settings button. Rotate the enter button to select the vehicle settings. So I'm going to rotate this to choose vehicle settings. Hopefully y'all see that. Press the enter button to choose it. Then press this. Well, it won't let me go past this screen. I'm trying to press a couple of times. Let's see. Won't let me move it. Well, let me move these. How about the more button? Nope. Trip meter with select and reset button. No. Reset button on instrument panel. That should be on the center console. With slide switch. Nope, doesn't really have it there. So the manually reset service. Models with multi-display center console. I'd like to be able to read what's down here. For me, it's pretty easy because I know it brought me to exactly what I needed. And let me show you real quick. So I pressed the settings button, and I pressed the vehicle, enter button. So I'm just going to roll this down to the maintenance reset. Press enter. Oh, it's calling for a B1 oil filter and tire rotation. I didn't do the tire rotation. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit the reset button. So arrow down, and I'm going to press reset. Would you like to reset maintenance information? And let's bring it over to reset and press the reset button. Okay, oil life 100%. So while we're here, let's go ahead and just check some other items that this thing can do. Let's go back. And this is something that I normally would do other than just regular maintenance. The vehicle I'm not going to have access to this vehicle for a little bit, so I'd like to be able just to check it over and make sure that nothing else is going on. I needed to go back to the main menu. Let's go to auto search. So it found the vehicle. We're using the 16-pin DLC connector. I'm in US. Let's do a health report. Take some time. Let's check. The engine is not running. Ignition switch should be on, but the engine should not be running and in park. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and shut it off. And let's just turn this back on without the and hit OK. Let's see, that was 31 seconds it took to do all that. Let's see, the ECM is saying that my oxygen sensor S2 slow response. So sensor number 2, slower to respond. It's a current code. And then my transmission control module, and this has come up a few times, the dog clutch abnormal operation, it's a current code, and the torque management feedback signal at range, signal A, range performance current, current code, automatic transmission. That I have noticed, and that has been a constant with this vehicle. And basically I can feel it delay shift. When I've looked it up, it says something about possibly a dirty pin on one of the connectors. So I need to check into that. But let's see. It shows that I need attention on the oxygen sensor because of a slow response. And like I said, this transmission, that's been constant on this particular car. So I'm going to ignore that one for right now. Let's go into that error. Well, looks like that's going to bring me to possible searches for Google. So let's go back. Let's do a system scan. Okay. So I'm going to say the engine control module, that's the one that I had the error code on. Let's go into that. Whoops. Looks like it was still scanning. Okay. So let's go engine control module. Completing. All right. Let's do read data stream. And it was talking about the oxygen sensor, right? Okay, let's go with, we'll choose the oxygen sensors. I'm not sure which all oxygen sensors we want, so some of these may not come up with anything. So let's do OK. All right, and then let's start the vehicle. And see what we get. So the S1 heater is on, the S2, excuse me, the bank 1 and bank 2 S1 heaters are on. The heater duty cycle is at 47%. I'm showing 0.1 volts on that sensor. The bank 1 sensor 2 heater is on. I've got 1.6 volts on that one. So it gives me my standard range. Whoops, let's go back, sorry. Gives me my duty cycle. There's the voltage for that one. So this one's showing S2 output voltage 2 volts. Normal range is 0 to 5. My heater current 1.1 amps. Heater output voltage 2 volts. And then heater current. So it's giving me all kinds of cool information related to it in real time. For a scanner that is literally 1/7 the price of my top-down scanner. It's smaller, it does have touch panel and all that other stuff, but it's smaller, but it's also faster. So this is kind of cool. Let's go back. Let's see what else we have. Crank speeds, we have cylinder 1 misfire, cylinder 2 misfires. We have, I mean, there's a lot of information on here. Estimated battery temperature, that's kind of cool. Estimated battery resistance. Remember, those are estimated, so if you change the battery and you haven't done a reset, it may not be correct. My fuel cap, if it's on, fuel consumption, fuel cut. Man, there's a lot of information. NOx sensor information, MAF sensor information, MAP sensor information, my mill light, my mill status, my misfire count, misfired cylinder. Rocker arm oil pressure. That's kind of cool. I'm kind of curious if it actually shows those. My spark advance. My short-term fuel trims for bank 1 and 2. Throttle position sensors. Kind of curious how many things I can get on this screen here. All right, let's see. So estimated battery resistance 5 milliohms. Battery temperature 46 degrees. That sounds about right. That was all my oxygen sensor stuff. Y'all saw all that. 0 misfires. Misfire cylinder. I'm not sure why it's got so many zeros. Rocker arm oil pressure switch A is on. Rocker arm oil pressure switch B, bank 1, is off. I don't know about that one. I'm not sure what that means. Spark advanced 4.5 degrees right now. If I rev it up, see how it changes. My fuel trim for bank, short-term fuel trim for bank 1 and 2, 1.15. So, and the vehicle's just now warming up, so it kind of makes sense. It's a little bit higher. So it is adding a little bit of fuel, is what it's telling me. Throttle position sensors, A and B. Throttle position sensor voltage, 0.69 volts. I don't know. Pretty cool stuff. I want to say we can do a screen record. We can contact service, which is going to set up a chat back to Ancel so that you can show them the screen recording that you did. So let's go out of there. There is this right here is the button to set it metric or imperial. This button right here, but it tells me what my value has been during this session. It tells me what the range should be, you know, like 0 to 100, and I've been running 51 to 51.5 to 5.6. I'm sorry, 51 to 56 is what I've been running. My oxygen sensor, you know, like what the range has been, what the standard range should be. So pretty cool stuff. Would like to know which vehicles I can do just a simple reset the oil through this. This is a 2016. I don't know if the vehicle is just older or whatever. It told me exactly how to do it per vehicle. I didn't have to look it up. It had it on here. And if I'm going to check for pending codes and actual codes and check engine lights, things like that, it just makes sense. Plug this thing in. This tells me exactly how to do my oil maintenance reset, and then at the same time do a scan, make sure everything's good before I hand the keys back. It's like I said, lifetime updates. It charges while it's plugged into the OBD2, so that part's really nice. And you know, if it happens to live inside your vehicle and it happened to be a really low battery when you were utilizing it, it's going to charge it up at that point in time. Pretty rugged. It's got a rubberized case, you know, to protect it. It doesn't have a steering wheel hanger, but again, it's so small you could actually set it right up here on top of the console. And you know, go into your update screen and you can update your software, the vehicles, and your maintenance information. Like I said, it's faster than my other unit. It may not have some of the capabilities, but as of right now, I couldn't tell you what they are. I think there's roughly about 250 bucks, something like that. But compared to my $1,400 top-down tool, this, like I said, it's rivaling it pretty well right now. Yeah, I'm gonna add this one to my arsenal. Hope y'all got something out of the video. Really appreciate you hanging out. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, Ancel.